Well, oh, people are here. I thought this was Facebook and nobody was here. Boy, so we have to extend the application deadline for our grant this month. So we're do it another day. Facebook has been down almost a half a day, and I guess it's all up. Most of my stuff is up. I don't know who else. Hello, how are you? Where do I get to apply? I'm a member and not yet approved. Oh, it should be approved. Go and uh, go try it, and it should be okay because I just uploaded, recent ads. If not, well, actually, if it, um, trying to think, um, what's the best place? We have let's go help at gmail.com. On Facebook. Yes. Do it on Facebook, Coco. And that should be working there and everything. And you should be pre-approved because what we have to do is upload your email address when you sign up and pay. Then we have to upload it to Facebook, and that's why Facebook is really a pain in the butt. I mean, there's 3 million people there, so that's why it's good to be there if you want to talk to people. But we also have, if you're a member of Facebook, you could also use something called Facebook Too, and it's on another platform because the biggest problem I have with Facebook is that people can sneak in. And then they try to sell you something. Send them email. Yes, it can't hurt. Do an email because if we get screwed up, we'll put it in. But we extended it for another day, so the end of tomorrow, and then also we'll start a new one right away. So there'll be a new one with what is this, October? So November 4th will be the deadline on the next one. And business looks good, so we'll still give out $20,000 next month also. And that's what I mean. The people are so nice to me. I want to make sure that we're nice to you too. And if you make extra money, I feel well. We got to support the people who are helping. And I mean, to me, investing or giving it to a nonprofit and it gets lost, I feel members need it more than anybody else right now. And so that's what we're doing with all the money. Instead of giving to charity or taking bigger incomes or whatever, is to try to give as much as we can back to people. And the people who support us do it, and they're there because they need money. So if we have money, we should give that too. Uh, because it's trying to teach you the system, not only from me or from everywhere. And then at least I hope that, even because it's not big money, I mean, $500, $1,000, but that is very helpful for a lot of our members. And that's why I'm not interested in helping rich people anymore. They don't need help. That's how I started, was rich, helping millionaires, Fortune 500 companies. You go where the money is, like Willie Sutton, the bank robber. Did I say rubber? And it's, they ask him, why you rob banks? That's where the money is. Yeah. So it's same way with marketing. I mean, going where the money is, it makes a lot of sense. And so now, but that's not as much fun to me anymore. And I want to keep everything very cheap, able to charge people like that thousands and thousands of dollars for the same thing that I only charge $8 for. So I feel more needed here than helping rich people, and I want to fade out my time on this earth by helping people who are not so well off, because that's what a lot of government programs for. And actually, only like of all the money the government gives out to people, only about 12% have income requirements. So in other words, about what's that, 88% of the money that gives out doesn't matter what your income is. So that's why these government programs are very, very popular, and all the rich people know, and all the rich people take advantage of them. And that's why they all have lobbyists here and things like that to make sure they could talk the Congress into making more programs for them. Wow, it doesn't seem like it. Because it's easier for a big business instead of trying to find up a new product or something that will make them money because people need it and it's a value and things like that. It's cheaper to spend a lobbyist to try to get a law changed that can make you $1 billion. And you don't have to do anything about marketing or finding a new product or anything. You just finagle the government, but that's the system. Let's see. Can we access info without having to go through Facebook? Yes. Once you get into Facebook, though, as a member, in Facebook, we have a free link. Or if you don't want to go to Facebook at all and you don't want to join through the Facebook, you could join our Let's Go Help 2. But Let's Go Help 2 is free to anybody who joined the Facebook Let's Go Help. Let me give you that Let's Go Help 2. Let's Go Help 2.mnco. That's not COM, but MNCO. So you could just sign up there. And if you ever want to use if you're missing something on Facebook, I don't think you are, but you're welcome to use it for free. So don't worry. So you can sign up to either one of those, which would be, the other one is, Let's Go Help. Oh, help. We want to help. And then if you don't want to subscribe to any of my stuff, I have it, on a monthly basis. That's what these are. You can go to Let's Go Reports. And you can get the mini grant reports that I've done for every state in the country. So you could go to your state, you go to the mini grants for $5.95. You get a listing of all the sources of mini grants for healthcare, for dental work, for education and training and job training, for starting a business, for buying a house, for getting out of debt or paying your bills. I have reports like that for every state. We're doing one on now for people with disabilities and seniors, and other people can't take care of themselves so well, because there's a lot of help now for that. And there's going to be more. And the Biden people are going to, trying to get more. It depends on how much they do, how much they get through Congress, what that will be like. But we have to do more. And I just heard today, people who are depressed in this country went from like 6, 7, 8% before the pandemic. Now it's like 30-some%. Wow. So there's a lot of mental health. And I need a grant more than anything if I don't submit it 3 months in a row and I feel like a desperate moron at this point. No, don't feel like that, Robin. Okay, I guess you're on Facebook. Tell me what you're looking for, because if you don't get a grant, I don't have any control over who they chose. There's a group of people, about 7 or so, and they do that. My friend Jessica Midas, I think that's epidemic, and also in younger people, even worse. I'm on disability. Things are tough. Well, if you remember, we have a new thing on for people on disability, all the sources, and there's a bunch of stuff. Email me and I'll try to send you a free copy if you can't, if you can't afford $20, that's understandable. And just, you could email me at Let's Go Free Radio. Now there are people on Facebook and on, hi, Holly. Hi. We got people at Facebook. Without your help, we would be forever going down the rabbit hole again. Yes, Brian, no, I still do that too. It's hard. Health.com. Email me there. And who's got the disability? My daughter needs a wheelchair van. Okay, Teresa, if you're not a member, email me there. Tell me, because I'll send you a free copy of that state report. They'll be available. They're not on the reports website yet, but they will be. And so that's only $5.95. You get the whole area. There'll be a couple hundred places, that you could check in instead of going to Google. And you say, well, that's a lot. It is. And that's what our society is now, a lot. But Google doesn't even show you that. That's the problem. Now everyone knows I'm dimes from being homeless after losing my dad. Oh, so sad. I know it's not your fault, but every kind of thing, and I need. Robin, your name looks like you are a member. Are you a member? I don't know. If not, email me and I'll get you started. I mean, if you can't afford to join, that's fine. I'll get you started. And if you don't hear from me in 2 days, then you have to beat on me. I'm an old guy. I forget shit. I work 24 hours a day because I love it. It's not work to me. I always say, be nice, talk, be nicer. Yes, yes. Anthem girl, you're right. You remember since January? Okay, you start beating on me. You send me what do you call that? A notice every day, and say you didn't get me or whatever. No, but I answer them all. Now we have so many applications coming in for the grant. I may miss it. So in a couple of days, this will be all over too. I can't find the application for the grant. Gwen, you don't. It's not an application per se. It's when you're a member on the discussion, and Facebook has the main page, like the news or whatever, that the discussion. You just start a new discussion, and you say you want to apply for the grant, and tell me how you would, where to email. Well, you're okay. Let's go free radio at gmail.com. And there, you're being on me there. Thank you, Teresa. Only 26 mental illness issues. Finally got on a live chat. Ooh. Chatty, catty. Kathy. What? Elaine, how are you? I applied for a grant for your $1,000 grant, and I never got it. When did you apply, Elaine? In the last month? Yeah, when we have probably a few hundred people apply, and we send out about 30 of them now, and so that's it could be like 10% of the people get it, and now we don't have any guarantees for our grant, so it just if you want to look at we're very open about who got it. We show you, and there's on top there's something called guides in Facebook, GUIDES, and they're separate little sections set up. And there's a section set up for all the applications in every application, every month. So you can see all the applications there. Then we also put the names of all the winners. So if you want to see, where their thought process is, it's all open source, that you could find that out. And so that's why I just want to be as open as possible, and everything takes work. The other thing I think is, even if you have a disability or whatever, it is being aware of what's going on in the gig economy. I mean, this is an easier way to make income nowadays. It takes a little work, yes, but it's a little more guaranteed than applying for the grant, because you'll get it. 2 nights ago, I laid Cynthia to get help to apply for all the grants. Is this really from you? I don't know. I don't think we have anything that's $39.95. It sounds like somebody else. Ours is $19.95. So it doesn't sound. It sounds like one of the old-time marketing people. And by the way, anybody in the chats or in the discussion in YouTube or on Facebook, and they can't get in on Let's Go Help too. That's another reason why we have that. If anybody, they pose as me, they take my icon or whatever, or the little picture of me, what do you call that? And say it's me, and says I could help you, just send me some money. I'll never do that. Virtual hugs to all who need them. Yes, we all need them. And I'll never ask you money. Once you pay $19.95, never have to give me another nickel. You got everything, and I'll give you everything we have. So anybody asks you something, I mean, there's just too much scams going around. It's because people are in trouble, and when people come in trouble, the sharks know that, and they want to take advantage of you. And that's terrible and immoral, but I don't know how to stop it. Basically, I'm a computer guy, but from many years ago. Hello, Lesko. I would like to apply for the grant to pay utility. Yes, show it. Well, first of all, okay, so apply. Start a new discussion right now before you go to sleep, because you only have 48 hours, or no, 24 hours or more, a little more than that, right? 28 hours to apply for our $1,000 grant, and tell us what you want to do. Say, I want to apply to a grant. And you start a new discussion in Facebook and say, you're right. I'm right. You're wrong. It costs $20 a month, right? How do you apply for the $1,000 grant? In the discussion in Facebook or on Let's Go Help Too, and you just tell us in a sentence, 2 sentences, 10 sentences. Somebody just sent me 100 sentences recently. What you would do with $1,000, and it goes into the pot, and it's reviewed by a panel of 7 people, and they choose 30 of them out of that. Yeah. And I send you, I wire you the money through PayPal, or send you a paper check, or I think I could use Zelle now. I'm on it. So if you're on Zelle, you'll get it. It takes about a week or so to do the analysis and choose. And that's a lot of stuff to read, man. I read them all as they come in every day, but the poor people are doing me. You have to sit down and read them all, and they break your heart, to tell you the truth. And that's why I know I just have to do this more. Oh, but is it Chavon? What you do that, and then you go, and when you do that, you'll get a report. See, the government, you want to look for what's called ERA, Emergency Rental Assistance. Now, that's pretty popular now, and I gave a video earlier today showing you that the ERA, the government is giving more money to the ERAs now, and it's for rent. Now, there's 2 ERAs, and actually one that ends at the end of September, and the other that ends in the end of next year. So there's money there a lot, and they've only given out like 20% of the money. They have $40 billion, only 20% were given out. The local people are supposed to give it out. It's that's not fair. I feel like paying it forward is an amazing mindset for helping your neighbor take her garbage in, or giving a lady a ride to the train. Good. And where so they have all this money. The federal government gives it to the states, and the states give it to the local counties and stuff like that. Sometimes the states give it. So there's 400 places around the country to apply for this $40 billion of rent. And they've had it for 6-8 months, and they've only given out 20% of it. They can't get out of their own way. It's a lot of money. They're not set up to do it. And the feds say, oh, take it and do it. And they're screwed. So now the feds are going back. Okay, make it easier. Make it easier. Don't take any paperwork. Just if people say they didn't make any money, just believe them. They don't need pay stubs. They don't need anything. And so that's what's going on now. So that's why even if you applied before, it's worth applying again. If they said no before, you apply again. And there's still money for 12 months in the past and 3 months in the future. So that's 15 months of rent money plus utilities. See, Yvonne, that's utilities. Okay, Yvonne, another thing I have is a video, 2 videos that show you how to find step by step how to find all the other utilities. See, the rent program that the Biden stuff is a national program, but your local government has so many more programs, so many more, nonprofits and stuff like that. People, independent people. Oh, we need rent in the area, and let's do a fundraiser and get the money and get it to people. Okay, to find those, remember that. Who to call, not where to apply. You got to get out of the I was saying, well, I want to know where to apply. You do, but you really want to know who to call. They withheld my checks for 12 weeks straight. When the renewal for unemployment came up, yes, 3 months, I got denied for an extra $100 payment as well. This left electric and gas payments to get away behind any assistance. Yes, okay. I hope you're listening to me, Amy. And if you didn't get it, then send me a message afterwards. I'll send you where to get all that stuff. Uh, and there's a lot of money for that. It's just going to have to take digging on your part, and that's what it all is. And try to use the phone as much as you possibly can, because that you want to talk to people. People are really the key, because if you could get an official to talk to you, then you find out what's really there. I wrote to you when I had your last contest, but when I read it back, it sounded so pathetic. Don't do that. Send it anyway, Tammy. Don't ever feel that way. We're all human. We all are full of imperfections, or else you won't be human. 5 years has been a hell of a ride. Tammy, please just cry or misspell. I mean, look at the shit I do now. I don't have time to correct anything. I just want to help so much. The nuns would never let me pass if they saw the stuff that I was sending out. And that's, oh, Rose is there. Oh, if you remember, get over on Facebook, because Rose is there. Rose, it looks like we're back. Do you understand? We extended it to till tomorrow night. Okay, so help people. Rose is one of the few people we have that really help people besides me. And what Rose knows, I don't think she's ever had me tell her what to do. Because her heart is so pure, she just wants to help. And that's all that's important. I mean, she knows this stuff. And if we all did it one way, then I have to police that it's that way. That just sounds stupid, waste of time. and Rose is such a delight that, just, you just wind up and watch it happen. Trying to control people, I think. That's when I was younger, trying to do that. That's crazy. That's a stupid way to do it. And I think that's why people hate their work. They have to be something they're not, because some boss told them to be something they're not. So they have to pretend and be something else. And that hurts your insides. That's not being who you are as a human. And that's what's important. We can't grow unless we're, it's sort of like, if we're all part of nature, right? Is the way I say it. And so the grass is green, it's going to grow green, right? So you try to make it red because you want red. Oh, all grass should be red. Sucker's going to die, right? So that's what I think, organizations do to the people. Well, you're a person, you have this as good part, but no, that's not good for here. We got to make you something that you hate doing. And it's not comfortable. Then you're not doing it well. So you're not happy. Nobody's happy. But I don't think I'll solve that problem before I die. All I could do is by example. I think that all we can do. I mean, we yell at each other because they're not thinking our way or whatever. People are people. They have their own. The baggage we all carry around is incomprehensible to us. How could we possibly explain it to somebody else? But it's coming from the heart. And so you have to respect other people, I think, no matter what they're doing, even if it's not what you would do or what you think is right. I mean, if they're hurting somebody, then that's different. But gosh, I mean, I think all of us don't know what the hell to do in life. And I think the audacity we have to think we could tell somebody else how to run their life when we can't even run our own life. But I guess that's part of being human too. How do you enter the contest? Is there separate ones for? No, it's all the same. We pick out 10 winners for 1,000 and then 20 winners for 2,000. And I hope in a few months, if business is still good, we could increase that. I want to die broke. I don't know about you. My kids are good enough. They're talented and everything. They don't need stuff. It's more fun to create your own stuff. At least I believe that's a bias from probably an older generation, and the new generation doesn't think that much anymore that way. Thank you for guiding, helping so many find these program government funds available. There are so many scams. Yes, scams are just all over. Tammy Lee, I wrote to you back when the last con. Okay, yes. So remember, I mean, the important things are the application is the last day to apply is midnight tomorrow. There's a lot of money for rent and um, utilities. The Biden rent and utilities, they're just can't give it away. And actually, the people, what the Biden White House came out with today is that the countries that aren't the counties that are not giving out enough, they're taking that money back and giving it somewhere else where it's needed. What do you find the application? Where do you send it? Oh, Tammy Lee, for us, it's just you go on Facebook, our Facebook group. You have to be a member, and you just start a new discussion, which is a post, just on the post page, and say, hey, I want to apply to this, and here's why. Here's what I use the money for. That's it. Simple. That's why I want to get you into the habit of, hey, just asking for money, because that's all you have to do. And a lot of us are trained not to. We're going to do it ourselves. And you think the rich people are that way? No way. No way. And I respect you if you don't want. I mean, that's understandable. Where do you find the application? Where okay? Oh yeah. Do you help college students? Sure. Yeah, I tutor in math. I tutor in English. Oh, if you saw my SATs, you wouldn't want me helping me with anything. A couple of years ago, my kids were taking the SATs first time. I took them with them. Man, I got a worse grade than I did when I wanted to show them that it didn't mean anything. I mean, it maybe won't get, you won't get into Harvard, but life's not over. It's hard to ask for money. We are raising. Yeah, I know. It's the same way with me. But actually, what cured me, I said, all these rich people. I mean, I started this by working for Fortune 500 companies and finding them all this money. I said, Jesus, why is it? I grew up in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. It's now a depressed coal mining town. Why does everybody in Wilkes-Barre know about this? And right, I mean, you don't want to abuse it or whatever, but actually, in this country, they abuse the tax system. Even. Yeah, I mean, that's stealing to me. So and more. But see, to me now, what we as a democracy decided we're going to give this money to help solve problems. Okay, so if you have a problem, you have a right, and there's so many people have serious problem. You read those people that write in for the money. I mean, I just feel like giving them their $20 back. Just a whole lot of pain and hurt in this country going on, and it's not in the community of the people making decisions, so they don't see it or feel it, and that's why I think it is so great about this work. I mean, you see what this country is really like and the struggling that people are doing. You don't know how many questions I get to answer. See, I spend a whole day answering questions from people who have looking for money and help. I mean, so many women are living in their cars and their kids are somewhere else. Wow. We're supposed to be the greatest country in the world. That doesn't sound too great to me. I always get nervous looking for grants. Well, close your eyes and do it. Yeah, it's all about doing it. It's sort of like, the water's wet and you're not sure you could swim. You just jump in the sucker, and you'll say, hey, it's not bad. Nobody thinks it's bad. But you have to realize it is going to take time, and it's going to take effort on your part. See, I think that's what happens. You hear my marketing, you say, oh, just do this. And that, for most of it's not going to happen. The stuff happens for the people who persevere and work at it. Now, if you have an easy way to get money, fine, but if you don't, then this is, I think, very worthwhile doing. And also to learn how this system operates. Because if you want to start a nonprofit and figure out how to get money, you want to, build your business and know how to get money. You want to, get something for your school or whatever, and learn this bureaucracy that controls us. I mean, it does, but you can, I mean, it's just the complications of, I guess, 350 million people living together. Yeah. I mean, it's sort of like if we had everybody had a car and no stop signs. Yeah. That would be a little, unruly, right? No, we decide as a society, put up stop signs. It makes it easier. Yeah. Yeah. I've been homeless before. Thankfully, school has me a little with housing and so forth. Oh, cool. I've always get nervous looking. Let's go. Big fan. Thank you, Hugo. Sandy, nice name. Sandy Joe. It's hard to ask for money. Uh, hey, do you have college? Yes. I mean, money, there's a lot of money. What happened in a lot of this pandemic money went to colleges, and they gave it to the financial aid office to give to students who need money. So go down to the financial aid office and sit on their doorstep, you know, until they find something for you. I mean, I give money to a college for community college for single moms, and I have to force them to give away the money. They're bureaucrats and they get tied up in other stuff. But the money is for people, not for you to sit on it or anything. How do I get money? I'm in New Jersey. We'll get an old jersey, because in New Jerseys are sort of a little offensive to people in the gut. I'm teasing. Well, it depends on what you want. It's a complicated system. If you're not a member or whatever, see, that's what I try to do. I feel I have a service now to take somebody not sure what's going on, how to do it. You just have to ask me. I need money for buy a house, start a business, get out of debt, or whatever. And I live in New Jersey. Okay, I send you all the places to look at. So if you went to Google right now and put in any one of those things, you'll get 200 million websites, and 99, 44, 100% of them will be people who want money from you, because Google has a tendency to only show you people who give them money. And so those people have to make money from you to be able to give Google money. So that's how it all works. And so what I show you, come to Let's Go Help. What we do, every website I show you to contact gives out money or gives out free services. Nobody will ask you for money. I mean, I screw up once in a while or something sneaks in, but no. I mean, my motto is every link that I send you will either give you money or give you free help. I need money to start a business. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Hello, Biff fan. Ever seen any grants or capital for small delivery companies? And thanks for the information. Yes. I mean, if I was a small delivery company right now, I would go to my small business development center and say, I want to get a government contract. Because if you figure that out, it may take you a few months to figure it out, but it's like meat for the rest of your life. It's sort of like going elephant hunting, and it costs nothing. See, the government gives grants to experts in government contracting to help you for free, but you won't find them in Google because the people who are going to charge you $5,000 to do that are giving money to the Google so they could find you. And this is all from the Facebook group Let's Go Help. Yes. Yeah, no, that's what Let's Go Help is. I mean, to me, I wanted to play it, and technology does it. Now, if I had to sit on the phone and talk to everybody and make an appointment, I'd go crazy. But see, I'm able to see, and that's why I love answering every question that comes in, as many as possible, and I usually answer them all. Because to see what's out there, because then I could frame an answer that makes it, then I could do research. And then like now there's a lot of people who need roof repair. and gosh, I mean, here's how to find home repair grants where you live. So I go check it out, and I do a bunch of things like the roof. I probably did 100 um, custom reports for people around the country on how to get grants for fixing up a home. So now to me, then I have a model I build up in my mind of what the procedure is. See, if you know this stuff well enough, everything groups together. I mean, it makes sense if you get in the dirt for a while. But looking at it from afar, it just looks like a can of SpaghettiOs. Yeah. And you can't see heads or tail of anything. But that's, I mean, it's all, so it boils down. That's what the Lesko reports are. The Lesko reports is something like when I die, so I can't do this individually, that they will be here to show, and they'll be easy to keep up once we do it all, that for every state, okay, you have a disability. Okay, these are like 300 places to apply for grants in your state and free help and everything if you have a disability or if you're a senior. Now we're just finishing that up now. Rose, that should be finished now soon. But we have, most of the states are up, so you could give out the states that are there now, Rose. Karen's finishing it up. So it's the same way with the housing. I want to buy a house and I live in New Jersey. Okay. Well, then we give you a step-by-step for New Jersey. See, it took about 5 years of research doing all that stuff. And I want to keep it going, make it bigger. So this is what I think the government should give us all, is one source we have for our state, because it's different in every state. And they have it like for the whole nation in a way, but it's not really good because they have the bureaucrat way, not the consumer way, how they could use it. And that's what I feel, and in language that is consumer oriented, because the government will tell you something. One of my favorite lines are, they call something the Urban Homesteading Act. Well, you read the false print and that's a house for $1. So, okay. So what I do is then in our reports for housing, okay, this is where to find house for $1 in New Jersey. Otherwise, the program is called Urban Homesteading Act, and you get the HUD office that runs it all. Well, you don't want that. You want it for New Jersey. So that's what I'm trying to do, and hope we could really make that really good and really big before I check out. Give me something to work on. I don't want to work on my golf handicap. That sounds stupid. Yeah. I need a car also. Do you think that the economy situation will keep us on it? Or do you see a big change in government, Federal Reserve? Well, Federal Reserve stuff and all. I mean, they're important, of course, but you got to live this year, next year first. They're long-term things. Many changes in finance, banks, yeah, all that. I mean, I think a lot will change. I don't know. But to me, what you have to do as individuals, particularly if you don't have a platform, something secure yet, you have to get skills, get income, get out of debt, then get skills so that you're of value to other people to get money, and work on that. I mean, the political stuff is, it's a nightmare, and that's another rabbit hole that you don't have a whole lot of control over except through voting in a way. But it first is getting yourself somewhat secure so you don't have that worry. Maybe it's sometimes nice, isn't it, to worry about, how bad everybody is in Washington or whatever, so we don't feel so bad ourselves. But it seems like more important to just take that energy to get ahead so you don't feel trapped, and I think that is, and maybe when you feel trapped, you want to blame everybody else, and that's easy. I do that myself, but everybody else doesn't get up and just want to say, how are we going to screw Lesko today? And it's sort of trying to understand the system so you could use it to start growing and be comfortable enough. I'm from Portland, Oregon. And when I sign up for your program, do you automatically send me information for my state? Yeah, if you ask for it, if you want it, it's right there. We have a mini grant report for every state already. And there's about 6 issues, and we keep adding issues all the time. A month ago, I lost sight of my right eye, and I'm really struggling with forms. Well, don't worry about the form. You have to worry about where you're going to apply. The form is detailed. If you have a site problem, then the people who have the form should be able to find something else. If they don't, then you go to your elected official, say, hey, this bureaucrat won't help me and I have a disability. Well, see, that's the law. They have to help you. Truly appreciate all your efforts and words of encouragement and true empowerment. Well, thank you. So this is the future. Tammy Lee, there you are again, last sight. Oh, good. I joined your group a year ago. My membership to the free Facebook group is still for a year. It's been for, that doesn't sound right. Well, do let's go help at gmail.com, Gwendolyn. Your name looks very familiar, like you've been around with me for a long time, I think. Seem like a relative. So, Paint and worship. Thank you for these videos and the knowledge you get. Well, I'm struggling too, and I certainly don't know everything. And thank you for these videos. 2 weeks. What's 2 weeks? What's good? Likely, baby. Let's go. That's good. Let's go, baby. That's good. What's EV 2.0? I don't know what that is. I can help you if you want. Portland is hooked up. What do you mean? Well, send me an email. Anthem? Let's go freeradio@gmail.com. And there's some person who says, yeah, you could reach me at Let's Go Radio Free or something like that. Free Let's Go Radio. So it sounds like the one I said, but it isn't. And people get sucked in. And that hurts me so much to hear that. And God, you'll never find them again. They're probably overseas. There's no way to get it in. Okay, Anthem. Offering to help Guy in Portland. Who's Guy? Me? Gwendolyn Warren is having the same issue. Who's manning the Facebook group? We all do. I mean, Rose is there right now. We have a handful of admin people that help, and also on the new Facebook 2, or Let's Go Help 2. I'm sorry. You look great. Let's go. Oh. I'm an old son of a bitch. I'm older than dirt. I never thought I'd be this old, but it's sort of fun. I mean, if I wasn't doing stuff, then it wouldn't be. But to me, getting old, you don't have to think about it if you have something more important to do or to think about than you. And I think at least that's been my ace in the hole. I try to find things that are sort of more importantly, like helping you is more important to me. And so if I concentrate on that, then I don't have to worry about how shitty I feel. Getting old is a play. Yes, it is. I never thought that when I was young. But man, just think it when you're in school and going to, like, you were in 6th grade, oh, want to go to high school. Then you get into high school and you, Jesus, well, that stuff I worried about in 6th grade, I don't have to worry about it anymore. And it's the same way you get, 50, 60, 70, like I'm closer to 80. Oh, that stuff I worry about at 50. I don't have to worry about that anymore. It's great. And I'll tell you, to me, what it's all about is there's one muscle you could keep using forever and keep growing forever. And that's your heart. So that's what I've been really trying to think about a lot. How do you love more? That's one thing. You don't need to run faster. You don't need to push more weight. You don't need to hit a ball farther or anything, but you could love more. How do you do that? And that seems that's something you could do better as you get older. You get rid of some of the other stuff that you worried about more sometimes. Yeah. And that's important. I mean, that's a muscle you could keep growing and keep working on. And that's fun. At least I find it fun. Yeah, I'm getting more social. I don't think I threw a party in 40 years. And these last 2 years, I threw 4 or 5 parties. And we live in an apartment building, about 70 people in it. And yeah, I threw 5 parties. My wife doesn't believe I'm the same guy. I'm waiting for my acceptance in the group, but I'm looking for money towards rent and school loan forgiveness. Yes, I have reports on that. The rent, read September. Don't forget that program, the Biden Emergency Rent Assistance. You want to know where to apply locally. You start with that, okay? And then you remember, well, I send you two other videos that tell you step by step, if that one doesn't work for you, how to find other programs where you are. And that's what it is. I mean, sit down and get your phone out. Remember, you use this sucker as much as you can. Who's that? No. Because that's what it is. It's a people business, you know, and that's why use your reference librarian too. They're very good people. Blind guy in Portland. Uh, there is a plethora of resources in Portland. Well, uh, Anthema, is that I don't know how to pronounce that word. Uh, help the rest of us with that. Anthema. What do you have? What can you share? You know, go on Facebook and tell us about sources, where they are, even if they're only important. It shares. I mean, if you that's what I'm trying to do, and we're giving money even for that. That people, you know, say, hey, this is what I found in Portland, and that's what Let's Go Help too. Is even organized by state, so you could go and join the Oregon thing. But if you're, but even just get it out so people know if they see that. Oh, I wonder if there's this something like that. Hey, where can I buy the shades itself? They're like $30, but the glasses or something. And I used to get glasses real cheap overseas, and I don't know, my eyes are getting worse. I can't do that as much. They're not as good for me online. Get the glasses, so I buy the frame, cheap frames online, and then have somebody more expensive because somebody's got to see this and do it. I don't know, but I used to do it all online. It was no problem. Can't do it anymore. They dope. I just got another checkerboard ones too. It's coming in. Yeah. Well, guys, it's so nice to talk to everybody. And remember, there's so much rent grant money out there. You want to know where is your ERA, your emergency rent assistance program. And then if that doesn't work, you want to start looking locally. And what you do, okay, planning resources are related. Please, Anthony, please, okay, Anthony, and please help us. You know, I mean, everybody's so many people out there to help, and that are members, and they sit and they hope, and just an encouragement, or look for what people are looking for, and just go to that, you know, and just reply to what they're looking for. Hey, did you try this? You don't have to know perfectly what it is. I don't. So it's okay. It's showing another human attention, and not alone in this, you know. And I think that's what causes this depression that you know is rampant in our thing. Everybody feels alone, and nobody's going to help you unless you give them money. You know, $20. That's it. Please send me the link for people helping on starting my business. Rose, good. So, guys, I gotta get up early and start going through these applications. I just did a post to ask, giving it a try. Good practice. Asking even if I don't get it. Good. Yes. And then go through and look for people who need help, and just, hey, I think this may help. Did you try this? That's all. You don't have to. Anthem girl, $20. Homeless in Minnesota and not going to be good is not. Yeah. Well, that's right. If it's for rent, there's lots of rent money up in Minnesota. And actually, somebody talking about the student loans, man. There's a lot of forgiveness money at the state level now for student loans too. So make sure you know what's at your state. Like Maryland has a thing; they'll forgive up to $30,000 if you buy a house in Maryland. Or I think in Kansas somewhere they'll give you $15,000 if you come and live in one of their 77 counties. $15,000, or start a business there, or just get a job there, or be a freelancer from there. Yeah, and you get $15,000. Well, that's not bad. That's moving expenses and out of the place you are now. So there's always options. You have to be a little creative, and they're not going to come to you, because the options that will come to you are the people that want to get money from you. They're the motive. They're the ones that have motive to bring it to you, because they want your money. So the stuff that's free, they ain't going to come to you. You have to come to them. Okay. Anthem. Wonderful. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for putting up with me and being so kind. Appreciate it.